What's poppin', fam? Welcome to Don't Touch My Mindset, a podcast that is designed to uplift, inspire, and motivate you, and most importantly, share tools to help you protect that mindset. Ooh, are we recording, Sebastian? We in here. What's poppin', family? I'm your host, Jay Chase, and today we're talking about something a little bit different. It's good to be back with you guys. It's been a minute. I know it's been a minute, but what we are going to do is get right back to work, right? Sometimes we take a hiatus. We got to take some time to reflect, refocus, but we come back a little bit stronger. And that's what today is. You know, I think it's been over a month since I've released a podcast. So I'm back full-fledged, and we got the video going. So I'm super excited that you guys get to experience this in a different format, right? Shout out to Sebastian, man. He came through and is just taking the podcast to a whole nother level. But that's what the movement's about, coming together, surrounding yourself with like-minded people who want to grow, right? And that's why I do these podcasts. That's why I put these things out, because I know that the people that are listening to them are the people that want to grow. It's not the people that are kind of dabbling in it. It's these people that are dedicated and committed to themselves, to becoming the best version of themselves. And that's why we do it. So today's all about looking at one of the 7 equities that a lot of people don't like to talk about. And that's okay. That's okay. People don't talk about it often. Sometimes they even avoid it. Sometimes it's a trauma or a trigger that some people have, but it's a conversation that's needed. And especially if you want to develop the right mindset in order to propel yourself to the best version of yourself, so you can be, do, and have everything it is that you deserve to have in this life. So today's episode is all about money. I know, don't turn it off. But today's all about money. And I'm no money guru. I'm no Dave Ramsey. I'm not. I'm just somebody who's done some things in order to help myself grow. And I know that it's gotten me in a better situation, a better predicament, make me come out ahead financially, right? But we're not just talking about money. We're talking about alignment. The alignment between your work, your values, your finances, your purpose, and your identity. We're talking about that alignment. So it's not just money itself that's the problem. It's that most people try to get money or find ways to create revenue from misalignment. And that's the hard part. So today we're going to explore all of that. I'm super excited about it. I want to start off with our weekly announcements. Shout out to everybody who's been doing the Q2 weekly growth challenge. That's something that not everybody can take on easily, right? It's 90 days dedicated to your personal growth, and every week we meet on Tuesday for our weekly growth check-in call. We show up, we grow, there's a lesson. I got a co-coach, Miss Alexis Ray, who's awesome. The community coordinator, Mickey, shout out to you to keep this thing running. That's where we talk about real life, real struggles, and real breakthroughs. And if you're not in the challenge, get in the challenge. You can join through the school group. Check the show notes in the description below. Don't miss it. It's not, and even if you're not like, Jay, I'm not ready to do the whole 90-day personal growth challenge thing, I get it. Just check out the calls. I promise you, if you show up, you will get something from it. Please, if anything resonates with you from this episode, rate, review, share with a friend, post it on socials, tag us at DJ Chase or at Don't Touch My Mindset. We'll repost you. Let us know where you are in your growth journey. But yeah, let's get it. Let's dive. I always like to start off with a quote, and today's quote comes from Ayn Rand. Money is only a tool. It takes you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. When I read this quote for the first time, I was like, yo, that's deep. One, because a lot of people let money drive their life. They let money control which way they go. They let money control the decisions that they make. They let money dictate how they build their life. Money magnifies who you already are. When your values lead your finances, wealth becomes a tool for impact. When your finances lead your values, wealth becomes the driver and you lose yourself. So it's not a place of trying to figure out how much money I can make from this one interaction or this one transaction. It's really about understanding why I want to make money, why I need the money, and then using it for the impact and making sure that it's in alignment with our values. Like I said in the beginning, money's not the problem. It's the misalignment that we have. It's the misconception that we have that money can drive us to certain places that we want to go, and it can't. Right. So a few years ago, I really started looking at my finances honestly. And that's the hard part, when you sit down and you open up your finances and you say, okay, where am I behind? Where am I ahead? What's coming in? What's going out? Right. You kind of look at it in a full circle picture. Right. And I realized something that was extremely uncomfortable for me is that I wasn't struggling because I didn't make enough. Like I've always made enough. And I've always had this perspective: if I show up to work, then money will come. If I do the right thing, then money will come. Like I'm not worried about money coming in. Like I was struggling because I didn't have a clear philosophy about money. Money came in, money went out. Like there was no intentional structure. I know that I had to make more than I was spending in order to get ahead and have some savings, right? The basic principles about money, that's what I knew. But there was no long-term alignment. And when I finally got honest about myself, when I finally got honest about my spending, when I finally got honest about how money was driving me and all my decisions, that's when everything started to shift for me. That's when I started to look at, okay, how can I start leading from my values and using money for impact? So I want to switch gears and let you guys know that money reflects your identity. And this is the heart of the episode. So like, this is where you break out your pen, your pad. Like, money, write this down. Money reflects identity. It's your mindset, and money will reflect that mindset. So if your mindset around money is chaotic, where you can get it wherever you can or get it however you can, your finances will be chaotic, sporadic. There will be no structure to it. If your mindset is intentional, then your money and your finances start to follow, right? Finances become a tool. So your money should support your values, your family, your purpose, your future. When money becomes aligned with your mission, it stops feeling stressful and it starts feeling strategic. It starts feeling like, okay, I can actually use this in order to get to where I'm going and what I want to do and be who I want to be, right? So, of course, I'm not just going to come on here and give you guys a bunch of hype and motivation and say, be better with your money. I'm going to give you a framework that worked for me, right? This is something that I use on a daily when it comes to money. And I call this the wealth alignment triangle. So for first part of it, the first point of it, at the very top, earn with integrity. Write that down. Your work should align with your values. If you're going against your values in order to earn money, we need to stop. We need to stop. If the way that you earn money violates who you are, you will feel internal conflict. You're never going to be happy earning the money. It doesn't matter if you made $1 million, $2 million, $1 billion. If it goes against who you are, the values that you stand on, if I'm not able to demonstrate growth, connection, and integrity from my profession or my societal contribution, I don't want it. And that's why I always told myself, like when I got into the car industry 13 years ago, I told myself, I don't want to sell cars. I want to help people make an informed car buying decision. Earn money with integrity, right? Number two, second point, is manage with discipline. Budgeting isn't restriction, it's direction. Tell money where to go so it doesn't disappear. How many of y'all have ever gotten a paycheck and then you're like, all right, I don't even know where any of this paycheck went. It came in and went out, right? And I get it. Some of us got bills. Some of us got things to pay for, responsibilities. Some of us got kids. I get it, right? But budgeting isn't a restriction. Budgeting actually allows you to get ahead. Budgeting is something you need to be in alignment with how you spend, earn, and save money. And then the last point of the triangle to complete it is multiply with vision. Wealth is built through patience, saving, investing, long-term thinking. Like early in my 20s, I was making a bunch of money, right? I think it was my second year in the car business. I touched 100 grand for the first time. I'm 20 years old at the time, making 100 grand, not knowing what to do. I'm just spending it. There was no long-term thinking tied with it. I didn't want to think about it. I just wanted to get it, spend it, have fun with it, right? But as I get older, next month I'll be 33 years old. As I get older, I realize that legacy is a slow process. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that we have to intentionally build brick by brick, day by day. And we got to stay focused, but most importantly, patient about it, right? So, okay, Jay, I hear you. The wealth alignment triangle sounds great, but how do I do it? Well, like where do I go in order to get started? So of course I'm going to give you guys practical application on how to actually integrate, because this is a season of integration, on how to actually integrate the wealth alignment triangle. And I just want you to start by asking yourself these 3 questions that are going to help you improve your thinking when it comes to money. 1, does my spending reflect my priorities, right? And write it down, get a pen and a pad, put it together. 1, put priorities on the right side or the left side, whichever one. Make a T-chart. Put priorities up there, right? And then on the other side, put spending. And then I want you to actually pull up your bank account and look at the transactions in there. After you look, and write down, where is your money going? Where's it going on a daily, right? Now, this is why I always say that your behaviors or your values on display, because we have priorities, we have values, right? I value saving. I want to save money. I want to pay off debt. I want to make sure that I'm putting money aside for my son. Like, we all have goals and priorities that we want for money. But then if I go look over at my spending and I see that all I'm spending is lunch, clothes, shoes, I'm not saving or doing. My behavior is actually showing me that I value short-term progress over long-term thinking. So that's why I tell you to ask yourself, question number 1, does my spending reflect my priorities? That's all you got to ask yourself. Does my spending reflect my priorities? And then question number 2, does my income support my purpose? Ooh, I'm about to shake some things up with this one, because I think this is the most important one. If your income isn't supporting your purpose, then we're literally wasting time. When you think about the financial matrix, right? You have your 4 quadrants. You got employee, self-employed, business owner, investor, right? And employee and self-employed, they trade time for money. There's nothing wrong with trading time for money. There's nothing wrong with it. I haven't traded time for money in about 13 years, and I'm okay with that. That's just how I was raised in the workforce. If you sell something, you get paid. So I go out every day, no matter how long it takes, in order to sell something. In my business and coaching, right, I'm giving out what I know and frameworks, practical application, right? It's still a form of sales, because we got to find out who wants it, who needs it, and how can this better assist those around it. But if my 9 to 5 isn't supporting my purpose, why am I doing it? Because trust me, when I'm at the lot and I'm selling a car, part of that goes back towards the business. Part of that goes back into reinvestment. Part of that goes back into me moving my purpose forward. And like I said, I don't ever just want to sell a car. I want to help people make an informed car buying decisions. Informational, knowledgeable, professional. These are things that I want to operate with from purpose. This isn't something I just came up with, right, in who I am. So it actually supports my purpose, not just financially, but in my mindset as well. And this is about me building the right mindset around money and how to operate so I can welcome more in. Open mind, open heart, open hands, open to receive, right? And lastly, the last question I want you to ask yourself so you can get started in thinking about money differently is, am I building something sustainable? Can you sustain it? Everybody has the motivation to get started. Not a lot of people have the discipline to continue. So are you building something sustainable? Take small steps, great distances. You can take small steps in order to get where you need to go, but you gotta sustain making those steps. Make it manageable. Continue to do it, right? And that's where financial alignment actually equals financial freedom. So even if I'm working all day, every day, and you can ask any business owner that you know, anybody who owns a business, anybody who's been in business, anybody that has a corporation, they know that, hey, I didn't stop working for somebody else to work for myself so I could work less. No. So I could have freedom and operate in my purpose, right? So here's your homework over the next week until our next episode, until our next meeting, until I see you again. I want you to write these things this week. What's one financial habit to improve? Whether that's budgeting, saving, looking at the finances once a day, whatever it may be, just write down one financial habit that you want to improve. One unnecessary expense to remove. If you watching Disney Plus more than Netflix, just get rid of Netflix. That's one less financial expense. So find one financial or unnecessary expense to remove. And my favorite, the last one, is that I want you to set one future financial goal. You want to have 30K by the end of the year, liquid cash sitting there that you can do anything with, right? That's a financial goal. You want to pay off your debt by the end of the year. That's a financial goal, right? We're halfway through the year. I need you to start thinking about this, about where you want to go, about the legacy you want to leave behind. Because I promise you, it would tear me apart if I left this earth tomorrow and my family had to take on my debt. That wouldn't be good leadership. My family had to take on my expenses, the things that I needed to do. That wouldn't be good leadership. So as I close today's episode, I want you to grab the mindset of knowing that money isn't the goal. Alignment is. Alignment with my purpose, alignment with my work, alignment with my contribution. That's the goal. And then when I create financial alignment, that's when I create financial freedom. That's the goal. So as we move throughout this week, keep these 3 questions at the top of mind. Let them guide you for the next week and find what comes up. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for rocking with us. This has been an exciting and very personal episode for me, just to open up and let you guys know I haven't always been great. I haven't always looked at money in the right way. Sometimes I just spent it. But now as I build legacy, now as I build my leadership, now as I build something worthwhile, it's an uphill battle in order to get to that place where I want to get to when it comes to financial freedom. Look, I love you guys. Stay in your power, protect your peace. Always stay focused on who you're becoming, not what you want, right? We're back next week with a brand new episode. Until then, stay focused, stay inspired, stay connected, and please, 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 don't let anyone touch your mindset.